Hello, everybody, and welcome to another amazing training session with evyAI. Today, you're going to be learning about how to maximize your first degree connections on LinkedIn. If you're not sure where your first degree connections are, you just log into evyAI, click on Login, and then on the left side, you want to click on Learning Hub, and then you want to click on Quick Links. And then,
Last point is neglecting the follow-up. Now,
and then what you can do is you could scroll down to where it says recent connections. You're going to see it says recent connections. You guys see that? So there's recent connections and there's recent followers. The difference between connections and followers is connections are people that you connected to. Followers are people that are following you. Just because they're following you doesn't mean they're connected to you. Okay, following you means that they get your posts in their feed, that they are able to get invites to your newsletters, and that they're kind of just, you're in their orbit. But connections means that you have access to their contact info and that you can recommend them and they can endorse you and you can endorse them and so on. So that's the difference between connections and followers. In the chat, let me know right now, how many connections do you currently have on LinkedIn? How many connections do you currently have on LinkedIn? I have 29,999 connections. The max is 30,000 connections. But in the chat, tell me how many you have right now. I'm curious to know how many you have. Gary said 24,000. Jason said 10,000. Bobby said 4,900. Fred said 4,000. Thomas says 17,000. My recommendation is that you add 20 new connections every single day. That's 100 per week minimum. That's the minimum you should be adding every day. If you don't have 30,000 connections, then start adding 20 new connections every single day. That would be step number one. If you do that, you're going to get new opportunities every day because once somebody accepts your connection request, you just click on recent connections here. It'll load up all your recent connections. And then you can start building a relationship with them by messaging them. So you see, Vincent just connected with me. I'm going to click message. Now, the thing about message right now is that when I click message, it used to pop up as a little pop up box. But there's a new technology that it no longer pops up as a pop up box. It takes you straight to the inbox and opens up the recent message. You see that? I'll do it again. I'm going to go back over here to my recent connections. I'm going to click on message and the pop-up box no longer pops up. So it's a little harder to message your connections than it used to be when you would be able to just hit message. For example, if I go to Christy Reinitz, how's Friday at 2 p.m. for a Zoom? I can send you an appointment. Please ask Jen at scheduling at ajaxunion.com. She is my admin. Okay. So do you see if I click on Christine's profile and then I hit accept, which I will, and then I hit message, it pops up as a message here. Do you see the way it popped up as a message? Now, right now, it still thinks she's waiting to connect with me. So if I click on contact info, it may not have everything in there. But if I refresh now, and then I click on contact info, okay, it has everything. So now I click on message, you see it pops up like this. However, when you go back into the Learning Hub and then you click on recent connections, it'll pop up like this. You see? Now Christine's my latest one. So what I always tell people to do is instead of clicking on it and losing this list, for example, if I want to see all of my Christines, check this out. This is my first name hack. I click on Christine, I press enter. These are all of my Christines. You see that? See how many Christines I have? They all loaded in one page. I love that. See, if you had 100 Christines, they would all load in one page. Now I want to write a message to all my Christines. How do I message all of my Christines? Well, the first thing that I would do is I would go into evyAI. I would click on templates and I would create a new template specifically for Christines. And I would create a new template. And depending on what my strategy is, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say networking event. So I'm going to call this networking invite. And I'm going to say the following in the tag. I'm going to call this a message. And I'm going to say, Christine, I am hosting an event today at 4 p.m. EST. It's called High Energy Networking. Do you enjoy virtual networking? I do this once a month. And if you want to join, let me know. Happy to add you to the invite list for today or future events. Thanks for being my connection. Do you guys see what I did here? I made a message for Christine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press save template. I just called it networking invite to high energy networking. And I'll call it DM. Okay, so I'm going to press save. And now I have it right here. Now what I can do is I can go into LinkedIn, control click on message. When I control click on something in Windows, what do you think happens? It opens up in a separate tab. That means it keeps all my Christines here in one place. Do you guys see what happened just now? It kept all my Christines here in one place, and I was able to just open up a message to Christine Alamani. Now, the last time I messaged her was March 1st. That's after I've been messaging her for a while. Do you see I've been messaging her for a while? I messaged her in 2018, 2019, 2024. Now I'm going to message her again, but I'm going to use the template. Now, I'm using the sidebar to be able to access my templates because it's just a little bit faster for me to be able to access templates there. But you can access templates from within the regular evyAI thing. But if you want the sidebar is not fully finished, so we have a beta version of the sidebar available for evyAI Pro specifically. So let me know in the chat if you have premium or if you have pro. I'm curious to know. But if you could use this anyway even if you only have premium. But if you had pro, you'd have access to the side panel. So check this out. I'm going to press copy. And that copies it right to my clipboard, and I just paste it right in here. Do you see how fast I was able to email Christine? You see it says, hey, Christine, I'm da 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 da. Now, I'm going to show you how long it's going to take me to message all of my Christines. So I'm going to open up my clock, because I do like to time things. I'm going to search clock here. Let me just see if I can search clock. Clock. I'm going to press open. So this is just a Windows clock. I'm going to hit reset the clock. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the timer up, keep on the top. It'll just keep it on the top over here. You see I just kept it on the top? Now I'm going to press play, and it's going to start playing. And that's going to tell me how much time I'm spending. Now I'm going to control click each one of them. Do you see the way I'm control clicking them? And they're opening up as new tabs? Control, 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 control. And then we're just going to wait. We're going to do till the public speaker one. And then we're going to go down, and we're going to do the following. I'm going to read to make sure this makes sense. I'm going to hit send, and then I'm going to close. I'm going to read, make sure it makes sense, send, and then close. I'm going to read, make sure it makes sense, send, and close. I'm going to read, make sure it makes sense, send, and close. Read, make sure it makes sense, send, and close. Read, make sure it makes sense. 2024, send, and close. Read, make sure it makes sense. Now, if you're using automation to do this, the problem is that you can't read each person's thing to see where the conversation is. Do you get what I'm saying? And eventually an agent will be able to read each conversation quickly. But for this purpose, what my goal is to be able to message these people, see if they're even alive, because I've been connected to them for a while, and I want to be able to message all of them. And look how many messages I've sent. 2018 was the last time I messaged this person. So look at this. So now with this new strategy, I can message all 30,000 connections. So 1, 2, so let me pause this. Let's count. 1 minute and 18 seconds. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, or let's say 12. So it takes about, if it's a minute, it takes about half a, I don't know, like guys, what's the calculation? 5 seconds per person or so, somewhere in that range. So if you're going to send out 10 things, it could take you a minute to send it out to 10. You might not have that many Christines that you're connected to. In order for you to determine how many original first names you have to be able to use this original first name strategy, to be able to literally go through every one of your connections, what I would do is I would create something called a pivot table. Do you know what a pivot table is? Or would you like me to show you what a pivot table is?
Please do.
Okay, so I'm just going to open up the rest of these just to kind of show you how easy it is for me to go through all of my Christines. And this way, this is the only way for you to be able to know that for certain you haven't missed a message from anybody. You're almost opening up a portal into each one of your connections and the relationship that you have with them. Do you see what I'm doing? I just opened up every single message from every single Christine that I have. By the way, is this a good strategy or is this a terrible strategy? In the chat, let me know. Let me just see. Kendall's in the waiting room, Jen. I'm going to let her in. Is this a good strategy or is this a terrible strategy? I'm curious to know. This is a guaranteed way for me to be able to make sure that if I have thousands of connections, that I would go through every single connection without manually going through each name. Because if you had to manually go through each name in an unorganized fashion, it would be hard. And also, you would want to send a different message to someone who's a woman than somebody who's a man, somebody who you know and somebody who you don't. If you're Jewish like me, there's a lot of names that are Jewish. So I would segment out all the Jewish names and send them something that sounds a little more Jewish. So I would segment all the Christian names and send something that's a little more Christian. Send something that's the Muslims and send something a little more Muslimish. Do you guys get what I'm saying? You would find people based on their name, and you would send something that'd be more compatible with their name. Not that somebody that his name is Mohammed, he might be Jewish. That might happen, and I might screw up there. There's a risk that you're taking. There's a guy that might name be Christopher, that might be some other, maybe atheist or something. So you don't want to necessarily mention the religion, but you want to make it religion friendly. That's what I tell people. Think about making things a little religion friendly, or whatever segment you're comfortable making. I'm comfortable if somebody's name is Moshe or Shmuel or Yaeli. I'm very comfortable saying, hey, Yaeli, listen, I'm going to the bakery tomorrow to get some mezainis. If you want to meet up after Shacharis, I'd love to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? That's a very Jewish thing to say. I wouldn't know what to say for somebody, but I wouldn't wish somebody Mazel Tov, or if they were Christian, I would say congratulations, happy Easter, something like that. You get what I'm saying? But I don't necessarily know. Somebody named Paul, I'll send somebody named, hey, Paul, happy Easter, hope you're doing fine. Or if it was Jewish, I would say, hey, David, happy Hanukkah or happy Passover or whatever. You know, so I would kind of shift it depending on making those assumptions. But whenever you're making assumptions, sometimes you can go wrong. But the key is to be able to segment your list in an intelligent way. Segmentation matters. Personalization is everything. If I send Gary a message and I didn't mention Gary's name, or I mentioned Gary's name and I misspelled it, or I told Gary that he's a woman and treated him like a woman, I don't think that Gary would appreciate that. Maybe not, maybe he would. But the key is to be able to segment things in a way that would make people feel good, like they're the only ones that you're messaging. There are other ways to segment as well. So can you also invite to a large group of random names? You could, Jane. You could invite people to random names. But I like to first segment all the people that have unique names. And then we can go through the random names. And then we could even do something with the random names. And I'll show you how to be able to invite all the random name people as well. But this is a powerful, smart way that I use to make sure that I get through all of my connections. Now, can you guess how many unique names I have of my 30,000 connections? How many are unique names? Is there a training on evyAI on this? Jane says. There is no training on evyAI on this because this is a new thing with LinkedIn that you open it up in a new tab like that. It used to be that the pop-up would open and this would not be possible. So actually they made it easier to be able to do this strategy. It used to be go much slower. Now it's much faster because you just open it up in a new tab and then you close the tab. Can you also invite a large group of random names? Okay, 150. You can segment by job title. Yes, Gary, you can segment by job title and by name and everything. But you're not going to be able to do that on LinkedIn necessarily. But I will show you some search filters that you can use. But this is if you just took one strategy out of this meeting and you went and implemented this strategy and messaged 100% of your connections in the next 90 days, it would really change the game for you because you're going to see who you're ignoring. And you're going to see who are the people that you missed opportunities with. Again, this is just non-automation, peering into the world of your relationship with each person. You might say, what's the value of peering into each relationship? Guys, tell me in the chat, what is the value of peering into your relationship? Peering when I say looking, gazing, peering, staring, looking into the relationship that you have with each one of your connections on LinkedIn. What would be the benefit of that? What would be the value? Thomas says top of mind. Good. That means gives you the opportunity to identify who you're not being top of mind with. Branding. It'll give you the ability to brand yourself and build relationships, Gary said. Awesome. I love that. Really smart. Anybody else have, what's the value of peering into any relationship, looking in to see what communication you've had with those people on LinkedIn? Intentionality, Mike O'Neill said, being intentional. That's good. And making sure that you cover every single connection. I love that. Restart the relationship, Fred said. So let me take a look at my connections just to kind of take a look at what's going on over here and just see what's going on. So let's look quickly, just peer through each one. So again, Christine. Okay, so let's go through all these over here. Christine. So I wish happy anniversary. So we're going to go through the rest of these just to kind of show you how quickly it's happening. Okay, so I'm going to go through here, and you can see that a lot of these Christines I haven't even spoken to in many years. Some of them I've never even spoken to at all. And so if I haven't spoken to you in many years, this is an opportunity for me to build a relationship. Now, this person I spoke to on Friday, and I'm going to say it's my pleasure. And then I'm going to go ask her if she wants to attend this thing here. You see that? So I wished her a happy birthday on Friday, and this is my happy birthday thing. Guys, take note of my template. My happy birthday template says, just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. May you be blessed with lots of happiness, love on this wonderful day, 2/21/2025. Now, why do I include the date of their birthday? Why do I include this? Because LinkedIn sometimes will just say Friday here, and I won't know what date their birthday was, especially if they decide to remove their birthday from their profile. Once I do this, I will always have this as a as a memory, knowing exactly when their birthday was on LinkedIn. So even if they disconnect from me on LinkedIn or I disconnect from them, I still have information that's only privy to connections. If that's cool, write cool in the chat. A lot of people don't realize that you can commemorate certain things into messages, and soon artificial intelligence will be able to go through all your messages that you had with a particular person and help you build that relationship further. You can currently export all the messages you've ever sent to anybody from LinkedIn. Did you guys know that? So if you do that and you pop that into AI, eventually AI is going to know every message you sent to everybody. So you want to make sure that when you're sending people messages, you include details like you're training an AI about what your relationship is with that person. It was nice to meet you on the cruise last week, blah, blah, blah. So glad your birthday is. Hope your daughter, Amelia, blah, 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 blah. Get it? It's important for you guys to make sure that you're doing all the right things and you're documenting them in the notes and in the conversations with your clients so you can go back and look into the message what happened. It's almost like your own personal note diary with what you're doing with that relationship, how you met, what you guys spoke about, all that added to the DM. You might think it's stupid, but I'm telling you right now, that's pretty darn smart. Okay, so write smart in the chat if you want to be smarter this year. And write dumb in the chat if you want to be dumber. Dumb and dumber. Let me just drink over here. Somebody told me, don't say the word dumb. Dumb is a bad word. Use simple. I'm like, stop it already with the words. I just stop judging these words so much. It's just a dumb word. Okay, you see where I'm going with that. Anyway, I'm going to just keep messaging these people because it's so fast for me to do this. You see, I just have to close windows. So all I'm doing is just messaging these people, closing windows. And by the way, people already responded. Look, I got a response here. Hey, thanks for the invitation. I won't make for me today. Keep you invited for future events. You see that? So now I'm going to go in here with the AI and I'm going to click on the microphone and I'm going to say the following. Thanks for letting me know that you can't make today's event. If you send me your email address, I'd be more than happy to add you to the calendar for the next event. Would you like me to do that? Do you see the way I use the microphone to do that? Now I can press generate and it'll generate a response. Once I click in here, it'll load the context of the message. Now I press generate and let's see what the response will be. Thanks for letting me know. If you send me your email, and it added a little emoji. I press up arrow, it inserts it and I press send. Do you see how quickly I was able to reply to Christine? Just like that. But I used a microphone to reply because I don't want to have to type everything up. The mic is your friend, guys. The mic is your friend. So I'm not going to reply to Christine because she's already trying to schedule a meeting with me for this Friday. So I'm going to do this Christine over here, just like that. I never even messaged that Christine. Now, if somebody sends me something negative as a response for me inviting them to something, what do I need to do to them? I just need to disconnect from them. There's somebody I don't want in my connections. You get it? So if somebody gets offended by me taking this action for them, or eventually I see that they just keep not responding to me, I'm just going to remove them. So for example, I messaged this person many, many times from this British school. You see that? She never replied to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to, and I see that this person's not quite active. Maybe she reposted something 3 months ago. She's part of a franchise owner. Not so excited about being connected to her. I'm going to see when I connected to her back in 2023. She hasn't responded to me. I still have all her information, so I can store her information in my CRM, and then I could remove her connection if I want. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I don't need her to take up a space if she's not responding to me. I'm going to leave her to stay because she has part of a franchise, so I have some ideas. So Christine says, I would love to join today, however, I cannot. Please add me to the next month. And check this out. I'm going to click in here. I'm going to press the up arrow, and I'm going to send her the same message that was generated for the other Christine. Do you guys see what I just did? I didn't have to redo it. And we're having a real-time conversation. Do you see? Thanks for letting me know. If you send me your email, I'd love to da-da-da. We're having a real-time conversation. Now she got an email. Look at that. How hot is that? Guys, write hot in the chat. Write hot in the chat if that's hot. You guys are seeing that. And I'll say, by the way, did you hear about evyAI? Do you see? I said, by the way, did you hear about evyAI? And I'm having an active conversation with Christine. Now, who is this person? She's in Greater Philadelphia. Let's start identifying who this person is here. You see? She has 20,000 followers. Wow. Very impressive, right? Let's look at her profile. Look, I heard about it through you. Well, you do have 20K followers. OMG. That's insane. You didn't post in many months. Let's turn it into cash. Do you see in real time what I'm doing through the DM, guys? Are you learning? Write learning in the chat if you're learning something, watching me in action. Now, if I want to call this person, Kendall will tell you what I need to do now. What do I need to do? Kendall, what do I need to do? Kendall, unmute yourself and tell everyone. What do I need to do?
Joe, she already responded to you.
Why are you calling on me?
What is your what?
What's your why? Wait, what? Oh, what's your phone number? What's your
cell?
cell?
Thank you. The reason I called on you,
Yeah.
Kendall. Look at that. Look at that. And check this out. I'm going to go here. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to go into guys, should we call him or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
I love all
Yes?
your practices with
Oh my
yes,
God, this is
please.
so much
More
fun.
practices.
This is so much fun. Watch this. Watch this. Look how easy this is. Check this out. This is insane, guys. Look how easy this is. And I'm using a CRM to call her, just like this. Watch this. It's insane.
This call will be
Telephone
recorded
number
for quality purposes.
302-670-4439. Can't take your call now.
Can't take my call.
At the tone, please.
Hang on a second. Maybe because it's coming from my CRM. Let me call her from my regular cell. Again, I have no relationship with this person, okay? I don't even know who this person is, okay? But I'm going to call her from my cell, and I'm going to put my cell on Bluetooth right now just to kind of show you. Putting my Bluetooth on. I'm going to connect to Rodecaster Pro, and then I'm going to just call this number. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. I don't even know why I'm singing that song, but let's just see. Let's hit play. Let's just see. All right. It's ringing. You guys can hear it? Yeah? Okay. Crystal clear. Christine. Okay, let's just do something else. Saving her into evyAI.
Telephone number
It's going to
30.
voicemail. Now I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on networking. I'm going to click on summary. And then I'm going to click on summarize profile. What this is going to do is it's going to find all her stuff and kind of summarize it here on the side for me. You see that? So this way I learn everything about her. This makes my life so much easier. You see that? This makes my life so much easier. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to look her up on Facebook now, just to kind of see if she's on Facebook. And if I find her on Facebook and I see that it's the same person, I'm also going to connect with her on Facebook to kind of deepen the relationship. Okay, so obviously it's the same photo that she has in one. She's the other. I'm learning more about her. Do you guys see that this is her Facebook? Same photo? Can you tell that it's the same photo? It just looks the same to me. I'm going to press add a friend. And I'm going to click on message. And I'm going to go to evyAI. I'm going to click on the microphone. Wow, it's so great that we're connected on LinkedIn. If you'd like to connect on Facebook, I'd be honored to connect with you as well. And I'm going to press paste. And do you see the way I did that here? I used the side panel of evyAI to make me a little thing that I spoke into here. And I sent her an initial message. This, my friends, is one of the ways that I build deep, meaningful relationships with people and get to know people personally. Now I'm going to click on here. I'm going to like this. And I'm going to leave a comment here. Let me say like interesting. I'm just going to leave a comment. If I want to be able to leave a more thoughtful comment, what I can do is I can click on clear context over here, clear everything. Take all this stuff here, drag this into here. Watch this. I'm going to drag this into the side panel like this. Change my persona to be a Facebook persona. I would hit generate. It'll generate a Facebook style post like this. Hey, Christine, love that your husband shines through every word. It's so heartwarming that you appreciate all the words he puts into his family. Being a great husband and father, and even a fur daddy, is no easy feat. It sounds like you two make an amazing team. So much more adventures. Glad we are connected on LinkedIn. Now I'm going to tag her here. Tag just like that. I don't know why it's not coming up. Christine Mast. M-A-S-T. Mast Clevitt right there. And then press send, and now she gets a notification. Okay? If you see the way I went deeper just now with this person, I'm going to try to call her one more time because I never give up. Just write deeper in the chat. You see what I'm doing here. Okay, let's see if she picks up.
Telephone number 3.
Okay, she hasn't picked up. That's okay. Hopefully she'll call me back at some point. And when she calls me back, she'll know who I am. I'll know who she is. I'll save her in my contacts, and we're good to go. Eventually, we're going to enable the ability for you to just save somebody right into your contacts by clicking on this little contact button. That's not available yet, but that will be available soon. You guys get what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm adding all these cool features to this thing to be able to build relationships. Now, there are many more relationships that you're going to see me building and how I build those relationships. But just so you know, this is a very, very powerful way to do this. Now, in my clipboard, I no longer have the Christine message. So I go back to my template and I go to the messages here. I click on message, and now I grab the Christine template from right here, and then I keep my workflow going. Do you see that? Keep my workflow going. I have a couple more that I need to do. This one I already did. I'm not going to do it again. This one here I'm going to do now, and I'm just going to keep going through this. By the way, if you guys have any questions, pop them in the chat. Or if you have any comments about this strategy, let me know what you think about this particular strategy. And hey, Christine connected a while ago, blah, blah, blah. Okay. See that? And I'm going to go through this and strategically invite people to an event. Now, there are 3 I's. Whenever you're connecting with somebody, there are 3 I's you want to consider. And I learned this from a woman named Adrienne Miller. The 3 I's are information, invitations, and introductions. I added an additional I called ideas. But information, invitations, introductions is an easy way for you to be able to feed people. I call it feeding. There's greeting, there's feeding, and there's meeting. I already greeted all these people already for the most part. So now it's about feeding them. I'm in feeding stage. What do you do to feed people? Well, you make them satiated with their hunger for things. So all these people over here that I just messaged here today, let's just say 3 or 4 dozen people that I messaged, it happened very, very quickly. Ken says, I'm reaching out on LinkedIn. This isn't a sales pitch. You see this guy? He sent me this whole message over here. Are you open to a quick chat? So I'm going to first look at his profile, see what he is. He's a first degree person. He has 2,000 followers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him my one sheet. Do you guys know what a one sheet is? How am I going to send him my one sheet? I just press copy here and paste here. And I'm going to say the following. I'm going to say this. I'm going to first, so this is how I DM my first degree connections. I first send them a link to something, and then I explain after what the link is about. So I'm going to say the following. I'm going to say, this is my business networking one sheet. Could you do me a favor and read it fully? understand what I do, and let me know if you think it's still relevant for us to get on the phone so that we can support each other. I'd be honored to have a conversation with you. Do you see what I just did? When somebody sends me a coffee meeting, I'm basically having them read everything about my life before we meet. Write epic in the chat if you like that as an epic strategy. Okay. Jason Kramer says, your sidebar is different than mine. I have the pro version. Why is that? Jason, possibly because I have a later version of the sidebar. You can uninstall yours and you can reinstall a later version. I'll show you how you can find it. But you have to have pro and realize the sidebar is totally beta and we're building it as we go. Kendall says, I have a question. I downloaded the better side panel, but I don't know how to get it on the side like you have. Do you have it to appear there? The way that you get it on the side, Kendall, is that you have to pin it. So I'm going to uninstall my sidebar and I'm going to reinstall it and show you how to do it. David says, how do you see the recording again later? You go into the community and we will put this into community for the pro members. You'll have this access in the community for this particular session. Emilio said, epic, 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 epic. Okay, deeper, deeper, deeper. Jason says, can you show the summary feature again? Yes, Jason Kramer, I'm going to show the summary feature again. Let me just make sure I get through all the questions. Ahuva says, after how long someone unresponded to you, do you remove the connection? I would say probably after you send them 10 to 15 messages. If you don't have if they're not active on LinkedIn, I would just remove them. If they're active on LinkedIn, then find other ways to be top of mind with them, like leave them comments on their posts, endorse them, send them emails, call them up and say, I sent you 10 messages and you haven't responded. What's going on? That would be my opening line, and so on. How can I tell if I'm a pro member? Just go to subscriptions or just put in your email in the chat and Jen will check right now. Jen, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, so Jen can check for you. Just drop your email, evyAI email in the chat, and Jen can check for you. Or send it to her privately. Jane says, how do you create a one sheet? And by the way, if you want to buy the bundle, we're making the bundle available to all pro members. So if you want to buy the bundle and you're a premium member, just write bundle in the chat, and I'll throw in $10,000 worth of training for all people that buy the bundle. Jane says, how do we create a business networking one sheet? I should know. I'm going to show you what we do for all of our pro members, and I'll do this for Jane because Jane is a pro member. So I'm going to answer Jane's question. So I'm going to go to Jane's profile real quick. Jane, Lehman. So Jane is awesome. If you guys don't know Jane, this is Jane Lehman. I'm going to go ahead and create a summary of her profile by clicking on the right side over here. And it's going to load her profile. I'm going to click on networking, summary, and I already have the summary saved. You see that? Because I already have it. So I would just hit generate summary if I needed to create it. In her case, I'm going to download her entire profile by clicking on more, save to PDF. You guys see what I just did there? Then I'm going to go into ChatGPT. We created something called a custom GPT specifically for evyAI Pro members called the Business Networking One Sheet ChatGPT. I'm going to say create a one sheet for Jane. Just like that. And you're going to be like, how does he know who Jane is? Well, I'm going to drag in her profile so it knows. Okay? And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit submit. And what it's going to do is it's going to read the profile and it's going to create a business networking one sheet for her in a matter of seconds. So you're going to see the way it does it. It's going to write her about section. And this is all the sections that you need in your business networking one sheet. And again, we have a full 1 hour session on how to do this yourself. And we give you a template. So this is all done for you already, Jane. The entire business networking one sheet is complete. And now you just go into evyAI Pro, into Evergreen Networking System, and then you just put it into Canva, save it with your photo, and you're done. Okay? I'm going to send this to you as a DM on LinkedIn. If you ever want to send somebody something long, you can send them something long as a DM on LinkedIn. So this is how fast it takes now to create your business networking one sheet content. It's just a few seconds, just like that. And this, again, this is for all the people that have the bundle. You get this as a bonus. So if you want the bundle, just write bundle in the chat, and I'll make sure that you get the bundle so you can have everything that you need. Okay, Jane, I just sent you the one sheet stuff in your chat so that you can copy and paste it into the Canva template that's available for all pro users. And thank you for being an evyAI Pro user. Now let me show you how I remove the extension and I re-add it. I'm going to right-click on the extension. I'm going to click on Manage Extension, and then I'm going to remove it completely. Okay, so I'm going to press remove, and now the extension's gone. Okay, I do no longer have evyAI extension on my profile right here. If I want to add the standard evyAI extension, I would just go to regular evyAI. I would do add to Chrome. I would enable it. I would just save it, open it, and then I would have it on the side here. That's the regular extension. So if I'm on LinkedIn, for example, and I want the regular extension, this is what the regular extension looks like. I go in here, I click on the drop down here. You guys are familiar with this, right? I want to find Jane on Facebook. I click on search. I click on Facebook. I click on search. It's a little bit different, and it's a little less user-friendly than the side panel. You see she's right over here. I'm going to add her as a friend, and now we can be friends on Facebook. And you might say, Joe, why are you putting such a big emphasis? You might say, Joe, why are you putting such a big emphasis now on Facebook when you always were focused so much on LinkedIn? Is because LinkedIn restricted me 3 times in the past year for no reason at all. Literally no reason at all. I did nothing wrong. And they even said it. You did nothing wrong. We don't know why we're doing it, but there's too much activity from your account. We don't like it. So I'm using LinkedIn. I'm spending my time promoting LinkedIn, begging people to get Sales Navigator, and I'm training the LinkedIn team for free, by the way, at LinkedIn headquarters, and then they're giving me the middle finger. That makes me very upset. So that makes me realize that I can't just rely on LinkedIn. I need to also be on Facebook. So I'm putting a lot of time and emphasis on Facebook. I'm putting time on WhatsApp. I'm putting time on YouTube. My YouTube already has over 1,000 subscribers. I'm putting time on Twitter. I'm going to diversify myself in a way where LinkedIn is my main source, but I can't rely on LinkedIn alone. I need to start connecting with my real relationships on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube and on TikTok and on all these other places. So you're going to see me going everywhere because it's dangerous to stay just on LinkedIn. You guys get what I'm saying? So we need to be diversified and have other platforms and other ways to connect with our people. When I got banned from LinkedIn, they said, we will never give you your account back. We're done with you. So I reached out to my contact at the Empire State Building and I said, what the heck? I'm coming for a training in March. I'm not going to have a LinkedIn account when I train you guys. What's going on? And she said, we're sorry. We're going to escalate this to the executives. So they escalated it and they opened up my account within 24 hours. If I didn't have that relationship, I would have been done. There's no one to speak to. I spoke to Sales Navigator customer service. They threw their hands up. And mind you, I'm paying over $1,000 a year for my company page. They said, too bad. I'm paying over $1,000 a year for Sales Navigator between the accounts that I have. Too bad. You get what I'm saying? Just because I'm a customer doesn't mean they're going to treat me right. But if you have the right relationships, you get perks, like actually getting access to your account that will help you generate $1 million in revenue. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the idea. Now, I would not panic because I was busy on Facebook and WhatsApp, and I still closed a record number of deals that week with my LinkedIn connections. And then people kept contacting me saying, Joe, why did you disconnect from me? Why did you block me? I tried to get to your account. I can't find it. I said, I'm restricted. I'm sorry. It's not that I blocked you. Because that's what it looks like when you block someone. It just seems like the account is gone. Anyway, bottom line is, this is just what happens to people. It's not because I don't do any automations. It's not because I'm doing that stuff. It's just simply because LinkedIn somehow just does what they need to do to just block people. They asked me for my ID. I sent them my passport, my license. It didn't work. Anyway, bottom line is, let's get back to the training. I'm going to go over here. So I just wanted to emphasize, you can use this right now with evyAI Premium. So if I click on See Activities, it would load up all her activities. And then with the regular evyAI, I can then leave a comment using the little box over here and it pops up and I could just leave a comment the way that you guys are used to. Now, LinkedIn's headquarters asked us to move it from here to the side panel. So we're eventually going to put everybody in the side panel because they don't want icons inside their website. You see the way there's icons in here? They don't like that. They're like, we don't like icons in the website. Can you just move it away? Now, everybody puts icons on LinkedIn. So, like, why are you telling me not to put an icon if every single company puts an icon? But I want to listen to them and be nice to them. So we're going to move everything off to the new feature that Google has. So last year, Google didn't have the feature of the side panel. Now they do. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Manage Extensions. I'm going to search evyAI. And I'm just going to disable this temporarily. See, I turn it off here. You see the way I turned it off? And then I have something called Developer mode that I turned on the right side. You see it says Developer mode all the way on the top right corner. I'll zoom in so you can see. You see it says Developer mode. I turned it on. And then when Developer mode is turned on, 3 new buttons appear. Unload, Load Unpacked, Pack Extension, and Update. Do you see that? There's 3 new buttons here. When I turn this off, those buttons disappear. When I turn it on, those buttons reappear. You see that? When you click Load Unpacked, it asks you, where is the extension that you want to load? When I click on Load, it asks me where it is. And then I go to my downloads. And then I go to Chrome Release 3, Chrome Sidebar 004 or 004. You see it says, because I unzipped it into this, and I'll show you how to unzip it too. But do you see I unzipped it into this thing here? There's a folder here Then I go into it and then I press select folder. That's it. And now my sidebar will appear here, and then I'll just pin it and it'll appear here. So when I click on it, the sidebar opens up. And now that I reinstalled it, it's going to ask me to re-log in. I'm going to use Google to log in, and then I'm in. And now I have the sidebar here. How did I find the sidebar? If you go into evyAI on the left side and you click on Community, and you click on Discover Community, then you'll click on where it says Classroom. I have something called Beta Chrome Extensions. Can you guys see that? Beta Chrome Extensions. On the left side, it says evyAI Pro Side Panel, February 25, 2025. You see that? That's one's from yesterday. That's the latest one where the microphone now works. Because the one from previously, the microphone didn't work. So how do you download it? You click on it, and you press download. Simple as that. You click on it, you press download. When you press download, then you unzip it. In Mac, you automatically unzips when you open it. And then you just do the same thing. You click on the three dots on top. You click on extensions. You click on manage extensions. On the top left, you click on load unpacked. You find where it is. You open it up till where you just see assets, chunks, whatever. And then you press select folder, and then it just loads it. And then you pin it by clicking on the little puzzle icon on the right, and then you pin it. Okay, did everybody understand it? If you understood it, say understood. If you didn't understand it, we are doing an onboarding session coming up. I think tomorrow or whenever. It's in the calendar. You'll see it in the calendar. Let me check when it is. I'll go to the calendar again just to kind of check. How do you get to the calendar? On the top here, it says calendar. And you go tomorrow at 5 p.m. Tammy's doing an onboarding session. You see this? It's going to be a live onboarding session to explore evyAI's features, blah, blah, blah. And you can show up there and we'll onboard you properly. If you have questions, show up to that. Okay? It's 30 minutes long, so it's not going to be that long. There's a specific agenda. But if you want to learn more about evyAI, we run these twice a month. And you can see them in the calendar. Okay. Was that fun? Write fun in the chat. I want to show you some other extension that I built that allows me to download all of somebody's Facebook followers. Facebook friends. I know it sounds creepy, but hang on a second. Fun, fun, fun. Got it. WIP. How do I add the sidebar? I hope I just explained how to do that. There's another, if you go into the community search side panel, you'll find a video that explains how to do it as well. Same on a Mac. Yes, Jason, same on the Mac. You should thank us. Okay, good. Bundle, bundle, bundle. Susan said bundle. Jen, could you make sure that every person that says bundle has access to the bundle link? By the way, guys, all of you here are benefiting from evyAI. Right? We have a couple dozen people here. Wouldn't you want one or two of your friends to also benefit from the bundle? Just write yes or no in the chat. If you would want one or two of your friends to also benefit from the bundle, just write yes. And if the answer is yes, then I would suggest saving a template with your affiliate link inside your templates. Make yourself an affiliate link. You might ask how. Just join our affiliate program by going to evyai.com, clicking on affiliate. I'll put the link in the chat for that. Join our affiliate program. Once you click on affiliate, you hit register. If you already registered, on the bottom, you click on login. I'm going to log in with joe@ajaxunion.com just to kind of see what my affiliate link is. It's going to say, sorry, couldn't log you in. Okay, try again. Okay, if you forgot your password, let me try this one. Confirm your email address before continuing. Okay, I'm going to go into confirm my email address before continuing. Let's just see what happens. I don't know what's going on here. But if it doesn't work, you just click on login, you click on forgot password, and then you click on this, and it's going to reset the password. That was too quick. Please resubmit. Okay, if your email address exists, we're going to send you an email. Let's just see if it exists. I'm going to refresh my email and see if it works. But once you have your evyAI affiliate thing, then let me refresh again. It didn't show up. But I'll just wait and see what happens. Oh, there you go. I got something. No, I didn't. Let me look at my spam just to kind of see if it's there. Okay, I don't see it in my spam either. But you'll have an evyAI affiliate link, and then you can save it as a template, and then you can share it with people. And the link to the bundle is, and you could also, like if somebody wants to sign up to the bundle, you could also just send them the link to the bundle, make sure that they sign up, and then let us know that you sent them. And then we'll add the affiliate to you, as long as you have an affiliate account. But look at this. This is how you tell people about the bundle. It's very simple. You say, generally, evyAI is $197 a month for the pro version. You can get evyAI for just $984 for the year, and they're going to throw in $10,000 worth of LinkedIn training. They're going to throw in a business networking one sheet. They're going to throw in posting parties. They're going to throw in tons of other stuff as well. So if you're interested in joining everything that there is to offer with evyAI and Evergreen Networking Coaching System, then join it, because you'll also get access to the Influencer Summit recordings, which is 4.5 hours of the top LinkedIn influencers. And that's it. That's all you need to say. And if they're happy with it, just show them how you're using evyAI, show them how you're using what you're doing, tell them about the trainings, and then have them go to evyai.com/bundle. Now, I created a little template here with the information about the bundle, just so that you can see it. And this makes my life so much easier. So I'm going to go here, send you information about the bundle, and boom, there you go. Okay. Kendall says, can you quickly show us how to do a profile summary on the sidebar real quick? Yes, Kendall, I can do that. So let's say I'm looking for Kendall. I'm going to go here. I'm going to search Kendall. I'm actually going to search inside here. Kendall. You see I have a couple Kendalls here? But there's only one Kendall I'm interested in. I'm interested in this one here. I'm going to click on this one here. Then on the right side, I'm going to click on profiles, and it's going to load up her profile. Do you see it? Because I already saved it. Now, do you see it says networking on the right side, Kendall? I click on networking. Then I click on summary, and then I click on summarize profile. When I click on summarize profile, it'll quickly open up your profile, find all your information, organize it, and then put it into evyAI. Once it's inside evyAI, it creates a summary with artificial intelligence, and then it saves that summary to evyAI, which will include your email, your cell phone number, and all your information that was able to find on your profile, your relationship building conversation starters, the way that you can introduce yourself to them, their education, their background, the volunteer work, everything, who their target market is, the messaging, everything about them, all right here. If I want to copy this, I can just copy it, and then I would paste it into Zoom, but it's too long for Zoom. So I'm not going to paste it into Zoom.
Holy smokes.
Maybe I'll just paste this part into Zoom, just like this. You see the way I got that? And then maybe the second part into Zoom. But you get the idea, all right? And eventually we're also
Yeah. And if we wanted to add it to our CRM, how would you do that?
I would just
like that's also in the side
I would
panel,
just
right?
I would press the copy button here and paste it into the CRM. Eventually, under awareness, you're going to be able to push one button and it'll go to the CRM. We're going to have that eventually. I do have a beta extension that does it. I currently can do it, but it's more technical setup than just pushing a button and it going to the CRM. You would have to create a webhook and make.com, and then attach the webhook to the extension, and then attach the webhook to your CRM, and blah, blah, blah. Yes, we can do it. It's available now. I have it. But, to make this happen easily, they have to finish all the other features that they're troubleshooting and fixing, and we have limited funds to be able to build everything. So we want to do everything at once, but that's why we're giving away so much value for the bundle, so that we can pay for the developers to finish the side panel and make it live officially, and then finish all the other features that we're building out. But do you guys see the way that happened, Kendall? That was really easy. If you guys are coming to the event at 4 p.m., just let me know that you're coming to the event at 4 p.m. I put a link here, or let me know that you want to come to the next one. You guys can comment, and you can also tag people that want to come. I said I'm hosting a virtual event at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, February 26th. If you're planning on coming, please let us know who you help and how you help them in the comments. There's something else that I want all of you to have as a gift, which is a template generator. Now, this is specifically for evyAI Pro members, but I want everyone to have access to it today that came to this session. So even if you're not evyAI Pro yet, I know that you eventually will become pro. So I want you to have it. So if we go to strategy.evyai.com/template generator, and I'll put the link in the chat so that you have it. This is for evyAI Pro members. You just put in your first name, title, company name, how will you describe your business in one sentence, who you help and how you help them, which you need anyway. What is your calendar link for booking meetings, your profile LinkedIn URL, your website URL, making sure to add http:// to each one as well, your email address, your cell phone number, what free resource you have as a lead magnet to share, an impressive result you got for a client. Make it up if you don't have one for now, just for the templates. And if you don't have a Calendly link, make up a regular link. Just write calendly.com just to fill it out. You know what I mean? You can always change it later. Do you have any specific messaging or words? Put in whatever you want there, marketing, whatever you want related to your industry. A goal that you have for networking. And you can see all the examples right under here. And then what type of tone you would like to have. And when you click generate templates, it's going to generate 12 templates you could use for introductions, for follow-ups, for meetings, for value proposition, for testimonial, for promoting your lead magnet, your website, your event, a Zoom intro. Guys, let's do this right now. Look how long it would take you to fill it out. It would literally take you 2 minutes to fill it out. It won't take you much time. If you have to overthink this, don't overthink it. Just write whatever. Just fill it out. And you could even download your LinkedIn PDF, put it into ChatGPT and say, answer these questions for me, and it'll just answer the questions for you. You know that you could do that, right? You just copy all the questions, paste them into ChatGPT together with your LinkedIn profile, your PDF, and say, answer these questions, and then just paste everything in here, and that's it. You're done. Ahuva says, what's the link to get this? Ahuva, I literally put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat again. And Ahuva, I could WhatsApp it to you directly. Me and Ahuva are chatting on WhatsApp. Guys, is this valuable? I'm just curious to know if this was valuable. This was worth your hour. I wanted to make sure that you guys got the maximum amount of value. I can teach you 50 other things, but if I teach you 50 other things, your mind's going to melt a little bit. Am I right? And you're not going to be able to get anything out of it if I push too much onto you. So I want to give you one simple strategy, and I probably gave you 5 or 6 today, to be able to connect with your first degree connections. Now, I wanted to show you guys how to create a pivot table. Marie says, it's not chopped liver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up someone's connection dashboard, and all evyAI Pro members also get a connection dashboard. So if you want the bundle, just write bundle in the chat, and I'll get you the bundle so that you can get this done for you. So I'm going to pull up Ahuva's business network. Ahuva, do you mind if I pull yours up? Is that cool? Just write it's cool or it's okay, and I'll use you as an example. And if not, I'll just close it. She said cool. Okay, good. So I got permission. It's always good to get consent from people before you do anything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Insert Pivot Table. Do you guys see it says Insert Pivot Table? Can you guys see what I just did there? I'm going to click on Pivot Table. When I click on Insert Pivot Table, it says, okay, what do you want the pivot table to cover? I said cover all 7,000 connections from A1 to M7. You see that? It automatically did it. I have to click. And then it said, you want to do it in a new sheet or an existing sheet? I'm just going to say new sheet, and I press create. It's going to open up a new sheet on the bottom called pivot table. Now I'm just going to call this first names. And then what I'm going to do is on the right here, under rows, I'm going to say, look through all the first names. Okay, so that was easy to do, right? I just said add first names. You guys got what I just did? I clicked on add first names. Then in the values, I want the quantity of the first names. So I'm going to click on first names, and then I'm going to say over here, give me the count of first name. Okay, and then I'm going to say make it descending so I see the most popular people first. Do you guys see what I did? 4 steps. Step number 1 is create, insert pivot table in a new sheet. Step number 2 is select row first name, select value first name. Step number 3, sort by count A. And step number 4 is order by descending. Okay? And you guys will have the replay for this, so don't worry about it. Where did I get the list from? It's called it's for evyAI Pro members. You get the list from the dashboard generator. For pro members, if you're a pro member and you get the bundle, you go to this page and you follow the instructions on this page, and it'll tell you how to get it, okay? And we'll just make it for you. You just drag your file here, you put in your first, last email, you hit send to webhook, and we'll make you the entire thing for you, okay? So I'm going to go back in here and just to show you. So these are all the first names. So the most popular first name that you have is David. But you don't have that many unique first names that have more than X amount of people. So if you see all your unique, it's only about 200 unique first names or so. You see that? You only have about 200 or 300 people. I have 500 people total that have unique first names. But even if you had 500 people, you can quickly be able to filter and sort people by first name either on your sheet. So for example, if you want to see all the Davids, I would click on first name here. I would click on this little filter, create a filter button. I would click the drop down next to the first name. Then I would hit clear. I would type in David. I would hit select all. I would press OK, and it only shows me the Davids. You see that? You could also do this from the recent connections on evyAI, but this way you can guarantee go through every David. And then if you want to see all the Davids that you recognize, right now she doesn't recognize any of these Davids, you can do that. And a new feature of evyAI Pro is that I'm adding a perplexity search for each person. So check this out. When I click on perplexity, it's going to do an entire research on this person and tell you who this person is, their website, their email, their LinkedIn, and everything about them with a click of a button from your business, networking, your dashboard. So it's getting better and better and better and better. It's getting better and better. That's for all of your connections with a click of a button instantly generated by evyAI Pro. This is next level. If you don't get 10 people in your world that want to sign up for the bundle, those people are majorly missing out. And you're missing out on the 20% per year that you're going to get for the next 3 years. If you got 20 people or 10 people or 5 people, you would make all the money you invested back, plus, 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 over 3 years. So why not find people that need this type of solution in your network? I was speaking to somebody yesterday. He said, Joe, I work for a company with 100 sales reps, and I'm going to get all 100 sales reps on evyAI Pro. I said, that's great. That'll put 20K in your pocket residual for the next 3 years. He's like, I'm not doing it for that reason. Sure, I'll take the 20K. But I'm doing it because it's going to change those sales reps' lives. And then I spoke to another guy that works for IBM. Can you guess how many sales reps IBM has in the US? Because this guy told me he wants to generate a few $100,000 a year as a side hustle. So I said, get me into IBM. I said, you get 1,000 of the 7,500 sales reps onto evyAI Pro, I'll put 200K a year in your pocket. He's like, holy crap. All right, let's do it. I spoke to a guy at Chase. You get somebody in that has many sales reps, just one deal can put tens of thousands of dollars in your pocket, and everything is already built, and we can handle 1 million users. So, A, get the bundle yourself. B, find 10 people that could be in this world with you, liking and commenting on your stuff with evyAI, and using these strategies that'll change your life. And that's why I wanted to put together this bonus session for you guys to be able to add additional value. I volunteered to come here and give you guys this so you guys can go out and start building relationships with your connections. Remember, I showed you how to go from LinkedIn to Facebook with evyAI. That works with Premium and Pro, by the way. But to be able to say things within any website on the internet with the side panel, that's a Pro feature right now. So get the bundle. The dashboard, get the dashboard if you don't already have it. If you're an evyAI Pro member, get the dashboard. If you're not, sign up and get the dashboard. You need a dashboard. And by the way, I'm building Facebook dashboards too. So if you guys have 3 more minutes, I'll show you how I download all of your Facebook connections with a Chrome extension that you currently have available. That can download all of somebody's Facebook friends. But again, I didn't want your brain to melt. So if you have Facebook, put your Facebook URL in the chat. Mine is facebook.com/Joe Applebaum. Susan said my brain's already melting. Listen, I'm here for you. I'm going to be here for an entire year working with you guys. And on February 5th, and March 5th, we're going to do this for 2 hours straight. We're going to talk about LinkedIn strategy for 2 hours straight. So show up to that if you're a pro user. Okay, so let's go. Suzanne Taylor is the first one that showed me her stuff. So I'm going to grab her stuff right now. And by the way, there's more hacks coming out because I have 99 different hacks. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to pull up Suzanne's information, just share my screen so you guys can see what I have. Okay, here's Suzanne King. I'm going to click on More, and I'm going to click on Friends. So the URL to see anybody's friends is going to facebook.com/URL/friends. I'm going to scroll down and just load up all her friends real quick. Okay, so I just loaded up all her friends that she has here that I can see. I can't see all 7,000 friends because she blocks it. Oh, no, actually, yeah, because she blocks it. I can only see our mutual friends, which is good enough for me. I'm going to click on my extension called the Friend Counter. I'm going to click on Count Friends. I have 57 friends in common. I'm going to press Download CSV. And now I have a CSV with all of her friends that I can see, which is right here. You guys see that? It shows profile URL, profile ID, first name, last name, mutual connections, and all that. And then I can connect that to my sheet, to my connections dashboard, and just pull it up. Okay, so there's that. And how do you get that extension? It's a very simple extension. You get it inside our community. If you click on Classroom, you click on Beta Chrome extensions, and there's one called Facebook. Let's see. Facebook Friends Counter and CSV Creator. You see that? You can download it and use it right now. It's my gift to you. evyAI Pro users get all of our extensions. I'm creating extensions constantly, so it's really that simple. Jen says, I have another call coming up with some hot leads. Yo, I love hot leads. Guys, what did you get out of this in the chat? Tell me what you got out of this. Dr. Leah, so good to see you here. Suzanne, did you love what we shared also? Did you love seeing that?
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Dr. Leah, what did you get out of this today? She said template generator. That's cool.
Template generator too. Joe, could you share with us like what's the word you wrote for the template generator so we could copy some and tweak your templates?
Of course, inside the template generator. So if you go to the template generator, it's in the chat. I'm going to go to the template generator right now. And by the way, for those of you that are pro, we put all of our resources under the Engaged Thought Leader community, under the classroom, under the strategy sessions here. So if you guys are in here,
Women's,
all of our links are here. I'll send that to you privately. But if you go to
yeah.
school.com/thought leaders, you'll be able to access it. By the way, everything I wrote is an example right over here. You see? So you can copy it. So the prompt would be, you want me to show you what the prompt would be to answer all your questions?
Yeah.
I'll write you a prompt real quick. So I'm going to press Control, Shift, N. I'm just going to grab all the questions. Oh, hang on a second. Control, Shift, N. I'm going to copy this. Control, Shift, N. Paste. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to copy all this. Okay, so I now copied all this, right? You see the way I selected all these questions and suggestions and copied it? And I would use a tool like Claude. I'm going to use Grok. Do you guys use Twitter? No? Okay, so I'll use Claude then. You guys use Claude? Yes? No? ChatGPT? Claude? Whatever? Tell me what AI you use in the chat.
ChatGPT.
Okay, ChatGPT. Okay, so we'll use ChatGPT because I was going to use a different one, but this is a regular ChatGPT O3 Mini. I'm going to go and I'm going to find Ahuva.
Yes, that would be really nice.
Ahuva Gruen. Ahuva Gruen is a new client of ours. She's an outsourced CFO. Amazing, amazing, amazing. She saves businesses a lot of money. I'm going to press more. I'm going to press save as PDF. For you would be under resources next to your message button, save as PDF. Okay. Now I'm going to go into ChatGPT, grab that PDF, put it in here, and I'm going to say the following. And I'll say it in evyAI, and then I'll drag it in. I'm going to say the following. Create a answers to the questions for Ahuva, but use Joe's as an example. Make sure to answer all the questions based on Ahuva's LinkedIn profile. Okay. I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to paste in the questions, and I'm going to hit go. Do you guys see what I did? I spoke it in evyAI, dragged it into ChatGPT, put all the questions from the landing page, put her PDF here, and then let's just see how it answers all the questions quickly. I'm also going to create a custom GPT that answers all the questions, that makes all the templates for you, so I'll do that. But do you see the way I already answered all the questions about Ahuva for her template generator? So just like that. Below are answers to questions based on this, blah, 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 and her design.
Send this to me.
Of course I'm going to send this to you. What, I'm going to leave you hanging here? I'm going to leave you drooling? I already did all the work for you. Boom, I just sent it to you. Okay, done. And then you could just modify it from there. Guys, my job is to make your life easier. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Right. Your program, the pro, was so great.
Oh, thank you. Tell us why it's so great.
It's great because I'm an accountant and I could do my work in my sleep and I love it. But the writing and the creativity and to know all these marketing and LinkedIn sale things is not my strong point. So ChatGPT evyAI was created just for me.
Awesome. Awesome, guys. I put a link in the chat with a video that automatically got posted on LinkedIn, encouraging you guys to be able to create 30-second videos. So check this out. This morning, I just said the following.
How do you know if this video is AI generated or if it's a real video? You see, AI can't do these things. It can't and can't do funky things like that. So if you want people to know that you're real, don't just talk like this, da, 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 but actually be real and be yourself and be authentic. I recommend making short 30-second to a minute videos every single day. You don't need to share every single one, but if you make them every day, you're going to get better and better and better at making videos.
You guys agree with that? Just make a 30-second to a minute video every day on your phone. You don't have to share it. And I said, and And I said, just in the comments, I said, tell me what you think, fake videos, da da da. And I just said, I said, what videos are you going to put? What videos are you going to make? So I basically just asked that question in the chat. So go ahead and click on that and just leave a comment with what videos you're going to make. And literally 30 seconds of a video sharing anything about your business to your target market or about anything in life will help you be able to become real for people. That's the key. The key is become real for people. Put your phone in front of you, record yourself today. So if you're going to be doing this, say, I'm going to do it in the chat. Say, I'm going to make a 30-second video. Just write that. I'm going to do it. I'm curious to know who's going to make a 30-second video and post it on LinkedIn. Or don't post it on LinkedIn. Just put it on your phone. It's really simple to do. Look at my videos. You'll do
I'll
it?
just add, when I started doing podcasts, and then I have someone making clips from it. I was nervous in the beginning, but the more you do it, Joe, you're right. The more you do it, it becomes much more natural. And now it's no problem. I'm going on another podcast at 1:00 today.
Wow.
Actually, a radio show.
Oh, that's incredible. Somebody said, Joe, how do I get on podcasts? I'm going to share with this as the final one, as the final tip. How do you get on podcasts? So if you go to LinkedIn, and actually I actually posted this inside our Engaged Thought Leader community here. I wrote the following special podcast strategy. First, we have an event at 10 a.m. and then we have another event at 4 p.m. I said, and then said, here's my secret amazing podcast strategy. And I basically just broke it down. Essentially what I said is search for people that are in your first degree connections with the word podcast host. You see that? And when you search that, and I'll teach you how to do that, you just go to LinkedIn, you click podcast host in here, and you press enter. And then you filter for people, and then you filter for first degree. First degree means they're exactly connected to you. And then you'll find the 981 people that are podcast hosts that are my first degree connections. You guys see that? So I'm going to share that specific link in the chat with you guys as my little gift. Click on that, and then you'll be able to see all the people that you're currently connected to that are a podcast host right now. And then in the chat, tell me how many people come up in that search results. Leah says, Joe, I have a pro subscription. Is it the bundle? Yes, Dr. Leah. If you have pro, it's the bundle, but you have to pay for pro annual for you to have the bundle. For you to get the bundle and all the features, you got to do pro annual. So if you just have the pro monthly, it's not enough. And let me know, I can switch your subscription for you. And if you already paid money, I can minus off that money and figure it out for you in the back end. So just let me know.
Pro annual is cheaper than monthly.
Yeah, it's cheaper than monthly, and it also has many more features. The price for pro is going to be $197 a month, or probably $2,000 a year. That's going to be the price for pro. But you guys are getting it for $984 a year, so you're getting a really steal of a deal. Plus, we're throwing in $10,000 worth of bonuses right now, and anyone who paid for pro annual is getting the bundle. So just grab it. Let me know if you already paid for it, or you paid for something else and you want to get that money towards your pro bundle. I'm willing to be flexible with you guys. So if you already paid for premium and you want me to kind of work something out with you, I'll just let me know that you already paid. But again, just, I want everyone to have their 10 people. It's called a minion. Having your 10 people with you in the world that are willing to like and comment on your stuff, that are also using evyAI Pro to just make it easier. That you guys are sharing templates and they're just your people. Find 10 people. If everyone has 1,000 connections, you could find 10 people that would also get the bundle. And if you get 10 people that get the bundle, you get 10 times back. You get twice back whatever you paid for the bundle. So just find those people, send them your affiliate link, show them what you're doing, show them the value you're getting, and watch your life change. Again, this is for you to make money and for your connections to get value. Of course, I'm going to benefit too because I'm going to be able to train more people. And my mission in life is to help people be able to make more money off LinkedIn in their relationships, to be able to give people a voice with AI. I have a voice now. Did you guys see how many people I actually DM'd today? And I got a cell phone number from a woman who's ready to talk to me. She hasn't picked up, and I called her 3 times already. And I'm going to call her another 3 times today to try to get through to her because she gave me permission. Maybe she's in a meeting, yeah. So I'm going to share my screen just to kind of show you. If I go into my messages right now, I have people waiting to speak to me. She's like, thanks for thinking. I'm working on my job today. We'll set up a different time to chat. I'm going to say definitely. Okay, so all these people, I'm going to get, when these people see it, chances are they're going to respond to it at some point over the course of the day. So you're going to see my DMs full at some point because of that. And, like it happens every day. I'll send 100 of those. And if you send 100 messages, again, you don't have to do 100. I say do 10. But if you did 100 messages like that, you would be able to fill up your calendar very quickly. That's what I tell people. But don't be selling, because selling stinks. Kendall says, I clicked on the link. It looks like there are 21,000 second-degree connections that are podcast hosts and 95 first-degree. Very smart. Yeah, now if there's 21,000, filter for an industry or filter for a particular keyword. Maybe someone that targets females. Maybe someone that's in the financial industry that's a financial podcaster. Put in a different keyword with the word podcast, and it'll filter it down. Or maybe check the local area that they're in, because maybe they want to do an in-person podcast with you. So there are many different strategies to use the podcast host strategy, but that really works well for me. And I'm constantly getting on podcasts simply with that one key strategy. Now, Jen's telling me to please wrap up because I have a prospect that's going to be waiting, and there's no better time than 11:11 to wrap up. But thank you very much, everybody. Love you very much, and I'll see you guys at 4 p.m. Boom.
Thank you.